Welcome back on the AM show. Now, there is heavy vehicular traffic on the Accra-Tema Motorway as engineers from the Ghana Highways Authority have started rehabilitation work on some bridges that have failed the integrity test. Well, we have our own colleague Samuel Umbura who is there. He's been monitoring this ongoing rehabilitation and now reports. Sam, if you can hear me, please go ahead.
If you are moving from Accra to Tema, that's where the heavy traffic is.
When you are from Tema to where I'm going to work, there's a huge traffic because of the road that they are doing over there, that it's also causing traffic. So both sides, there's huge traffic on both sides.
All right, so let's also talk to this commuter who has been standing here for, a car to go to work in Tema. So what is your experience? How long have you been here?
Oh, about 1 hour now. Still, I'm not able to get a car to Tema because of the traffic. And I make call at Ashaiman. They said the diversion on the motorway is causing the whole mess. As of now, I don't know how I'll get to work. But let's see what will happen next.
It's almost 9 o'clock now, and you are supposed to get to work by what time?
I'm supposed to be at work by 7:30. Yeah, 7:30, and I left home very early, but still, because of the traffic, I'm not able to get a car.
Okay, so you heard some of the commuters here who are going to work either in Accra or Tema, who are not quite happy about the situation, where we understand the highways engineers are working on some bridges on this 19-kilometer stretch of the Accra-Tema Motorway. So it's actually a situation that is, I can say, is worse, because ordinarily you will not have cars being trapped like this, moving at a slow pace on the TemaMotorway at this time, because mostly the peak period is always around 6 to 7, but not always as take as it is now, as you are seeing in your shots. So it's actually going to affect productivity of those who are on this stretch. Some of them are also still waiting to get cars to their destinations, and it's quite a worrying situation here on the motorway. Let me find out from you. Hello, where are you going to?
I'm going to Tema.
You are going to Tema?
Yeah.
For how long have you been standing here?
It's about 30 minutes now. 30
minutes, and you are not getting car?
Yeah.
What do you intend to do?
Oh, nothing. I have no choice. I have to wait for the car. That means I'll be late to get to site. Yeah.
Is it usual for you or for there to be traffic like this?
No. I don't know. I don't know what happened today. Yeah.
So it only started today?
Yeah.
All right. So that the traffic actually started today, and it's actually going to affect him. He's supposed to be at work, but he has not gotten any car yet. But let me find out from you two. Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Where are you going to?
Tema.
You are going to Tema. From where?
From Spinters to Tema.
All right. So how long have you been standing here?
Almost 30 minutes.
For almost 30 minutes. How is that going to affect your work?
It will affect me, but we'll manage it like that. If you don't have anything to do.
So were you people already told about the situation that there will be traffic here, or you just came this morning to meet it?
I just came this morning to meet it.
So what do you intend to do? Will you still wait because it's almost 9 o'clock? I can imagine the time you get to work.
I don't have any option, so I have to wait.
All right. So that is how the situation is, that people may either arrive at work late or they may not even go to work at all. So from the first toll booth, if you are moving from Accra towards Tema, from the first toll booth, that's where the traffic situation has started, all the way to the abattoir where they are doing this diversion and then working on the road. So it's quite a thick traffic, I can say, on this stretch. But if you are moving from Tema towards Accra, there's not the traffic is not heavy as compared to what we are seeing here. There's some level of free flow from Tema coming to Accra, but the situation is actually worse from your way from Accra to Tema. And as you can see, people are actually getting tired in the trottoirs. People are really stranded. They don't know what to do, because looking at the time now, they are not at work yet, and the situation is actually a very bad scene for them. We understand this exercise will take more than 2 weeks, but what the Ghana Highways authorities told us in an earlier interview, because they needed to do this. They needed to do this to ensure that the road is safer. Not only that, some portions of the roads we know have actually been exposed to with some iron rods shooting out and then causing mayhem on the road. So they are patching the road as well to ensure that the road is motorable. The road is over 40 decades. We know the economic contribution of the Accra-Tema Motorway, which is about 19 kilometers between Accra to Tema. Most of the industrial areas are in Tema. You are heading towards the harbour and other areas that contribute massively. It is estimated that over thousands of cars ply this road every day. So it should tell you the economic importance of this Accra-Tema Motorway. So just in front of me, heading towards Tema, you see how the traffic is congested. Cars are not moving as expected, and it's quite a very dire situation here on the motorway. So we are still talking to some of the people in the cars who are really late for work. They never anticipated that it will happen that way. Some say it came to them as a surprise. The traffic came to them as a surprise because they were not actually informed before this traffic actually built up in the area. So that is the situation. So if you are moving from Accra towards Tema, then you have to actually change your route. You have to change your route, or better still, think of something else, because you may not arrive there on time. That is the traffic build-up situation here on the Accra-Tema Motorway. So let's still talk. Hello, sir. Where are you going to?
We are going to Miocho.
Wow. So how is this traffic affecting you?
Oh, it's very serious. The traffic is serious. It's serious. Since 2 hours we are in the traffic, we can't move. Look at how I'm sweating.
So definitely you arrive at work very late.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Very late. Very late. It will affect us. It will affect us.
All right. So that is the predicament of this particular driver who are actually on their way to work. More are still going towards that direction, and then they know very well that this is going to affect their productivity for the day, and that is their major worry. That is their major worry here. So the traffic is still on. It's building up gradually. More cars are coming, but those cars coming all the way from Tema, there's a quite free flow for them. So that is a relief for them. But if you are moving from Accra towards Tema, that is where the challenge is. So it's quite a dire situation here on the motorway. So we're moving forward to see or to show you where they are doing the patching of the potholes on the Tema Motorway. We'll show you where they are doing the patching of the potholes on the motorway, because that has become an issue of concern that commuters of these roads have actually been raising about. So we will proceed further and bring you updates on the diversion of this Tema Accra Motorway because of the rehabilitation work ongoing on some of the bridges we have been told by engineers have failed integrity test and needed to be fixed.
Thank you so much for staying here on the AM show. It's now time to hear what you have to say about the major issues we've been discussing. Benjamin is in the studio with me. Benjamin, just gone by, Samuel Imbura showed us the live situation from the Tema Motorway, and it's even trending on social media. There are people who are upset about the fact that this is causing a lot of traffic. There are a lot of people who haven't made it to work this morning, and so productivity is being affected.
Some say it could have been done at night.
So yeah, this Facebook comment I just saw, the guy is so upset. He's asking why this could not have been done in the night when the motorway was less busy, and and it wouldn't have to affect a lot of people as is happening this morning.
Because when that happens, it means it's really going to be like in Kumasi where we say, go slow. Like you're going to work or you're returning and it's going to be really tricky. But when you mentioned that to me right before we got on air, I said poor lighting as well on the motorway. So if they're going to be doing this work, you need proper lighting. Do they have that? Will they have to do that at extra cost? So all of those dynamics. But I totally agree. Why not at night, so that in the course of the day when the stretch is really busy, and that stretch, I don't know, but we can check. So many tens of thousands, if not millions of people would ply that every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, so this is going to affect a lot of you. Just let us know how you're being affected. If you can let us know, calling to the show 030-221-691 extension 2. Let us know how this is affecting you. Today we've also been talking about COVID. And Benjamin, while you were having that discussion with Musa, I got a hint of a school that has also had to take its midterm earlier than usual because of COVID infections, because some children's parents or relatives had been infected and there was a bad cough going around, so the school decided, let's just take a 1 week break. Let's just break the cycle, let's break the chain a bit, and then we can start school again. So this is really becoming problematic for a lot of parents who now have to figure out, if you're a parent who plans your months way before they come, that, okay, my child is taking a vacation, I'll make the arrangements, and then
so this throws a spanner in the works. It basically throws everything out the window.
So let us know how the COVID situation is affecting you also, because we know that some schools have had to shut down, others have had to take their break earlier than usual, and would also like to know if you've been affected by what's happening at the Tema Motorway. Are you still in traffic? Have you received a call to stay at home and not to move at all? Because, we do that a lot here in Ghana. Yeah. If someone is stuck in traffic, Charlie, have you set up? No, attempt it, because even try it. The traffic is bad. So let us know how this is affecting you. We've got a call from Ken. Hello, Ken. You're joining us from Tema. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Mr. King. The name is Mr. King.
Oh, King. Sorry.
Yeah, King.
Apologies, King. Let's hear you.
Yeah, basically, I think, the work on the Tema Road could be done in the night, maybe from 12 o'clock in midnight till about 5 o'clock on a daily basis, on a maintenance base. And then the weekends are also there where they can, fix the roads. Right? So the roads across Ghana can be fixed, midnight when there's less traffic.
King, you're calling us from Tema, so I want to believe you use the motorway.
Yes,
there are issues with lighting, that. So if they're going to have to work in the nights, that's going to be more logistics, more cost.
The working involves fixing the lights as well. It's inclusive. So they should fix the lights and use the lights so that during the night, when there's less traffic, everybody's at home sleeping. And then they can fix the roads across Ghana, and then weekends as well. Weekends especially, people don't go to work most of the time. So they could use especially Sunday, right? They can devote a whole Sunday, the whole day of Sunday.
I just wanted to draw your attention. King, I just wanted to avert your attention to the fact that, look, you're saying it, but something must come first. The stretch is bad. The bridges are in a terrible state. If we say they have to fix all the street lights, or the street lights even on that stretch, before they start with this kind of work, you know what that would mean, right?
No, it's going to be easy because we have a lot of solar energy.
All right.
Yeah, there's solar energy that can be used.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
If you go to even the Western countries where there is snow, they're able to maintain their systems. Their road systems are being maintained, although there is snow falling. We don't have snows here. We don't have hurricanes here. So working during the evenings and midnight, even the temperature is even much cooler than working when the sun is hot, 12, I mean, you can imagine the heat working, around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, right? There is more heat. So it's even safer for the human body to work at night.
All right.
When it comes to construction.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, King. But let me just say, it would be good if our producers could reach the engineers so that we put some of these questions to them.
Right.
Why
it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, and then we would also have
I'm sure they would also be able to tell us or reveal to us some dynamics maybe we are not
and most importantly, I think a lot of people fell into this traffic because they were not aware in the first place. So we need to find out from them how long this will take, what the alternative routes are. And so we'll be very glad
if our producers has been speaking to us since, but it's not everybody who.
Yes, and most of the time, if you do not lift the story from the general conversation, it's difficult because people usually pay a lot of attention to the news. than to discussions and all that. We've got Mamadou from Damango. Hello, Mamadou, let's hear you. Hello? All right, and Nana Ponsa is joining us from Kumasi, and I must just say that we are picking up some information that there's been a shooting incident in one school in Kumasi. Our colleague of our security desk, Ohiming Teria, is heading there. So once we get all the details, we'll let you know. But Nana Ponsa from Kumasi, let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, Venice, that's why I'm calling.
Oh, wow.
My name is Nana Ponsa, calling from Kumasi.
Okay, Nana, let's hear you.
Venice, I would like to speak to you. Your best friend IGP. Near me, of course, my Yabro Sodo. You're the Fredra, you're the Broom Kwansa. And then you do say your school so move and year shoot too. This is Islamic Secondary School, one of the best schools in the Central region. Chasa Nkwala, Yaya Highway, the school, Nenimko Abrepo, Boshang. Knock down, Kaya Kunkum Nkwala wo ho. Nipa 9. And just Friday, ya Kakum, Omu teacher Bako. Tim Kolana, the one who and I catch a highway authorities. And then when you for a candy, you almost say, yeah, share. Now the one was leading a call air doors who almost school, any money pay who air doors and the agony and young baby. Nankwalai, Yankuta, Yankuta, Yashi. Now police is working a me and Marco to Tiago so to see a nipa more than 30 and they go from home. Right now.
Nana Mesro, let's just stay away from the numbers and the figures. No, like I mentioned earlier, Ohiming Teria is heading there into. We will get from the professional police perspective how many people have been affected. But yeah, that's a cell prayer. So that's Nana Ponsa calling us from Kumasi.
And very important because we do not have all the facts and figures.
Exactly.
And we don't want to paint the picture that is not actually the case.
Yeah, exactly.
So until we can confirm that.
So what he's been saying is that from Idura we went in Kranza.
Right.
Now the situation is at the Islamic Senior High School.
Right.
If I got him well, what it is that there's been a diversion sort of a highway through the school. From Abrepo to Boshing, and a lot of the drivers that plied that route aren't too careful, and so there have been a few knockdowns. A teacher was affected, and I think that is what the students were protesting over, and we are not too sure. So let's just allow Ohiming to get to the base.
But you can also get the feel. I mean, even as I said, unconfirmed, but if it turns out that has really happened, then you would see the trend of what he is saying.
Yeah.
Ejura and Kranza. We even have Akachi to deal with.
Yeah.
And hopefully not. But let's get the details of it.
Has been handling this. We will get our man Ohiming Teria to furnish us with the details.
So
of exactly
in the meantime, you can call that number at the bottom of your screens, 0302 211 691 extension 2. Do call and let us know what your thoughts are. We have Martin. Is it Martin?
Yes.
Yeah, Martin.
Hello,
good morning, Martin. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Esium.
Esium in the Ashanti region?
In Eastern region.
Eastern, okay.
Right. What are your quick thoughts that you'd like to share with us?
My concern is security. As there is this slowdown on the route, I hardly see any police patrol car moving in this queue. Anything can happen. We always wait until the things happen before we try to stop it. Are we thinking about security in the area that this thing is happening now, or will something happen before we rush there?
Okay. Thank you very much for your thoughts, Martin. We've been joined by Engineer Emmanuel Laye Odai. He's a Greater Accra Director, Ghana Highway Authority, and our producers reached out to him quickly for us. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. So this morning, we've been bringing our viewers the situation on the Accra-Tema Motorway, and there are concerns. Why couldn't we do this work in the night, considering the effect it's having on commuters?
Yeah. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. And it is an emergency situation. And we have two lanes. That's the Accra bound and then the Tema bound. the Accra-bound lane of we have the river, the Lakwapa. So there's a bridge over Lakwapa Bridge where they are working now. And then there is some distress on the bridge. And the mobile maintenance unit is working of Ghana Highway Authority. Is trying to restore the district. Another circumstances, we are closing it will take us 3 weeks because it is
Did you say 3 weeks?
Hello?
Hello, did you say 3 weeks?
Yes, it's
Okay.
taking 3 weeks. Yes, to restore the district. And then in order not to cut the whole place, that will affect traffic. The reason we have done the diversion so that link the control. People will go under distress for some time. I mean, just 3 weeks, which is far better than we have in the future.
Engineer,
So,
there've been suggestions that the work could have been done at night, where there's less traffic and the impact will not be felt as it's happening now. So why not that option?
It's just like coming to the studio and telling you exactly what to do when that is not my profession. It is a concrete work that they are going to do. It's a continuous something that a continuous work.
Okay.
And there's nothing like in the evening or in the morning. When you do concrete and you cannot allow the traffic to pass on the concrete. And so whether in the morning or in the evening, it doesn't really matter. Because it's the same passage you have to use. So in the morning, when you close, assuming they are not working in the morning and they have to work in the night. In the morning, still cannot pass the same path, the same route. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
It makes
so
sense.
The reason why we are there, you see, you should allow the professionals to work, and then we help.
These are suggestions coming from people who use the roads, and that's why we reached out to you. So it's good that you've clarified the type of work.
Let them get understanding. Let them get understanding that it is a concrete work going to do, and therefore we have no other option than to. We can say people should use the beach road, but at the same time, the beach road is also heavy traffic.
So are there other alternatives besides the beach road?
Yes, there are other alternatives, but it's a long route, and that is why motorists wouldn't be comfortable with that route.
No,
you can pass through Boteman.
Okay.
You can pass through Boteman, you can pass through Nungwade, that is, and then you can even use Katamansi to Accra.
Okay.
But it's a long route. So, under the circumstances, we all have to bear. We shouldn't sit down and allow a disaster to happen before you see us rushing into it. So, we are saying that let's solve the problem, give us 3 weeks. I believe there was some circular going on. There was some circular that went on, and then some others. I don't know whether you are active against one for the announcement. So that is the issue.
And Engineer Odai, Benjamin here.
Yes. So by 20th, we approve of it. By 20th.
Okay.
And then we are adding some other details that might allow it to hasten the process. So that maybe it might not necessarily take the 3 weeks, but tentatively it is 3 weeks.
All right. Engineer, I just have a few questions. Benjamin here to run by you. So is there a shift? Because I know you've been patching the motorway, which is concrete with asphalt. Does that mean, per the Highways Authority, you are moving back to using concrete to patch or to do the renovation or rehabilitation work?
What I'm talking about is the main bridge. The bridge, we cannot use the asphalt to patch the bridge.
Okay, so this does not include, is this solely for the bridge?
What do you mean?
I'm saying this does not include the stretch of motorway in that area. It is just the bridge for now.
It's just the bridge. The motorway itself, they will cut the store in August this year. We are barely 2 months. And then when the contractor comes, most of the issues, it will take care of it.
All right. And do we have an idea when the work is being done during the day? You've mentioned the time span, but Is it possible? It means it's totally impassable for motorists, right?
Yes.
Yes, you can pass it.
Okay, all right. Then it settles the ninth day conversation.
Yeah, first concrete has to cure before you allow passing. Otherwise, it will break. And that we have a minimum of 2 weeks. We are using 1 week to restore, do the fitting, and then 2 weeks for it to cure.
So finally, from my end, I also know that there are these heavy trucks, some of them loaded far above what the bridge takes, some of them offload and do all kinds of things. I think recently we saw one around the airport area or on the Tema stretch. It had actually got stuck under the bridge. What is the plan? Because if you fix it and moving forward, these same trucks come and impact them, we'll be back here in a few years' time. What is the plan for such vehicles? How are you coordinating with the other agencies?
We are only praying that people who understand our issues and work as directed. We have the other
Engineer, did you just say praying?
Pardon me?
Did you just say praying?
Did I say?
Did you just say we are praying?
Yes. You know, we have engaged people to do their work. Just like you are asking me questions, I have to answer you. And therefore, we expect that when we place people at serious points for them to work, they will work. And when we put supervisors there to supervise the supervisors, we have the other load station that is supposed to control the height and then the weight. Before any good late Tema happens, they are supposed to weigh the vehicle before it comes onto our road. And they are causing a lot of damage to the road when they do it by loading. Now, we have the height loaded. When the height is more than 5 meters, you cannot go through. And yet, people at position will allow these vehicles to move on our roads. You see, highways, we have the bylaws, but we cannot enforce it. Right. We have the enforcing agencies, like the police, that are supposed to arrest these vehicles when they see them. Mm. When it comes to heaviness of the vehicle, the police cannot detect it. But it is the other road station that can do that. And therefore, when we have people there that are being stubborn and they allow vehicles to overload with overloaded material to pass on our road, then we have a problem. Right. So, should we see any vehicle that is overloaded and going on the road, then it is no more highway, but it is now the enforcing agency.
Right.
And that's the thing I want
We appreciate your time this morning. Engineer Emmanuel Lai Odai is the Greater Accra Director for the Ghana Highway Authority, and he's been just answering some of the questions and responding to suggestions about the work ongoing on the Accra-Tema
Motorway. A good point, because it clarifies a number of matters.
Yes, okay, and I'm sure it settles the debate about day or night. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We'll stay in touch with you, sir. So for those of you who called King from Tema, I'm sure your concerns have been addressed. We'll be taking more of your comments. We've got a few more minutes, about 7 or 8 more minutes to take your comments. And you remember, Benjamin, during the newspaper review, we mentioned that interview our finance minister granted GBC on the National Cathedral project. And there's a quote here: "We can't grow and sustain our transformation without spirituality." And that's Ken Oforiatta. I'm sure you aren't surprised. If you're someone who listens to him, you know, even during the budget reading, and most of the time when he appears in Parliament, there are scriptures embedded in his speech. And so I'm not surprised this is coming from him. But the big question has been, is this what we need now? Well, let's just take a few. I
think we could, maybe we should just go back, especially on the back of the conversation we've had before we go to the board. We have King back. Is it the same King who called on the back of the motorway?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what this highway, official is talking about.
Right.
It's not realistic.
It's not realistic.
Yeah, when you just cross the motorway, we've got the George Bush Highway, isn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
We can all see how good the George Bush Highway is. And that's a sample for him to see that he can make the motorway to that standard. The motorway and George Bush Highway.
You're speaking of the N1. You're speaking of the N1.
Yes, exactly. So just after the motorway, we can even, you can see that, drivers are enjoying a better ride on that road. So why don't you just look at it and make the motorway?
But King, sorry to interject. Your concerns earlier had to do with the time this work was being done, and he's addressed why it's not possible. He says,
what's happening is, I remembered when the George Bush Highway was being done, they worked in the night to get things done.
Yes,
they can still do the same thing for the motorway.
He's explained to you, sir. He's the professional. I am not, and I'm not sure what you do for a living. But he's saying that it is impossible.
I know. I know.
So sir.
I know he's a professional, but professionals don't know it all, right?
All right.
I'm a professional as well. I've been to other countries in the world, U.S., Canada, London. They work in the night. There is snow, there is
but there are different types of roads. Sorry, sir, please permit me. There are different types of roads, different types of materials that require different types of curation. So we have been told, I think it settles the debate, but we appreciate that you called back. We've been told that this is concrete and it will need time to cure. And that is why it will be impossible, even if they work at night, for you to use it by day. So it brings it back to the same point.
So basically.
We appreciate that you joined us, sir. But we'll go back.
I think they said there was Nanan Ponso on the line as well, who had called earlier. Nana, are you on the line?
Yes, please, I'm on the line.
Okay, is it on the same issue or the one you called about?
Yeah, it's the same issue.
Please go ahead. So what's...
Accra-Tema say, Islamic secondary school incident, that's a numbers, we make a number of Nipa who or more traumatized you from. And then I make a also pay nurses quarters. And I say National Ambulance Services workers never want to shut. And the school cadet and I have one Kualana, a traumatized you from no more torsion.
Okay.
Your best friend nurses quarters was more money to move, you know, Mama Buata and Kualana. I traumatized you from one because
do you the patrol Juma Islamic school hall?
Metebe area.
Metebe area. Yeah, that's our friend. We appreciate it.